You need to know that when I left Poland, it was very dark, grim days for me in 1957. I thought I'll never return to Poland. I didn't have any intention to come back. It was bitter, bitter time for me. When I left Poland, Holocaust was a taboo subject. It was not to be associated with Jews. We had a war, Polish people were killed, etc. But Jews were not, the fate of Jews was by no means underlined. But anyhow, while I was approaching retirement, I started to work a little bit with the Holocaust Museum, doing translations. But one day I was on the internet cruising, and I found a book, a description of a book written in Polish by a Polish woman, obviously, about the need to teach about the Holocaust in Poland. The need to teach about the Holocaust in Poland. When I read that title, I was very intrigued to the point where I printed the book and I started to read it. And I realized that suddenly in Poland, there are people who want to talk openly about the Holocaust, and more importantly about the difficult Polish-Jewish relationship that existed before the war, of course, which we all know, but during the war and after the war. I was very well aware about the pogrom in Kielce, and my mother crying when my father was traveling, and I could not believe that, as far as I know, about 1,500 Jews were murdered after the war in Poland. And now I understand a little bit more. I can rationalize it because by virtue of translating a lot of these tapes, which are interviews with Polish people who describe the times of the Holocaust as external observers, because the question they were asked, what did you see as young boys and men looking into the ghettos, into the concentration camps, into the shtetls, and they described what they saw. So I understood the situation, that I knew about the life in the ghetto from witnesses from the ghetto and from other people, but to me it was important to learn about the outside world looking into the ghetto. So I felt that there are people in Poland who want to shed the true light on the Polish-Jewish relationship. I also understand the reaction of Poles who, many of them see it as an attack on the Polish entity of Polish people, who rather not spend time thinking about it. But I did find a lot of people who believe that the only way to have a unified history is by telling the truth, telling how it was, and looking into the future. And there is more and more people like that. And I find in personal relationship that there are many Polish people who view the world the way I view it, as far as the world, the Jews and Poles. And not only that, but I find clergy that are on the same side.